Hello everyone, back to you in today's second video. Going to have a look at the weather next 10 to 14 days for today's second video. Day 10 takes us just to the beginning of March, actually. First day of March will be day 10. And we'll be able to extend out beyond that, extended GFS and ECM ensembles. I shall get on that for you very shortly. JMA Friday has been released. That's month-end look ahead with Japanese and CFS V2R. So check that one out if you would like to do that. It takes into the middle part of March. Just say that we're not going to be live streaming tonight. Still not feeling all that well, so going to take tonight off. I will try and get one last Friday night live stream done for you next Friday, if I feel up to it. But I just don't feel, well enough to do that tonight. So no Friday night live stream tonight. Next scheduled live stream is on Sunday, but Sunday live streams are going to be unchanged throughout the spring. Otherwise, the Wednesday and Friday night live streams are going to be easing off through the spring to have a little bit of a rest. But Sunday live streams will continue throughout the spring. Right then, and the ECWF 14-day forecast will be first thing tomorrow morning. Right, so let's get on with this video then. I'm going to start off with GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles. So next couple of weeks, we're at London today. The red line is a 30-year upper air temperature average for London. You can see we're starting off mild on average at the moment, quite significantly so. We're in a very mild spell of weather now. Mild weather is going to continue on into the early part of March as well. A little bit of a drop in the temperature, but still holding up above average, and even into the first week of March, this period just here overall looking pretty mild, perhaps going back closer to average, but generally this is an above average spell coming up. Definitely the next week, certainly the next 10 days, maybe next couple of weeks, going to have above average temperature. Precipitation wise, not overly unsettled for the east, but there will be some rain at times. The wettest weather is of course going to be in the west. Temperature anomalies from the 19th, 27th of February, going to be mild now. See how the cold average temperature anomalies are now being pushed all the way back into the far north of Scandinavia and into western Russia, and most places have gone significantly mild on average now, UK and Ireland including that. Precipitation anomalies from the 19th, 27th of February, wetter than average for northern and western parts of the country, drier than average for southern and eastern parts of the country. Probably east-west split for rainfall. This is the latest wind flow map from earthandoilschool.net, showing that winds are going to be in from a south to southwesterly direction today and for the next few days as well, pumping up all of that mild air from off the Atlantic. Those cold easterlies are now a dim and distant memory. So this is how UK Met looks for Friday. High pressure across central parts of Europe will drop a mild southerly wind. Low pressure will be out to the northwest, bringing some showery outbreaks of rain. Next area of low pressure sweeps into the northwest on Tuesday. Gale force winds, heavy rain pumping in them. Very mild, long fetch southwesterly for Wednesday. That might get the temperature to 17 or 18 degrees in the southeast sometime next week. Can you believe? Will be a lot of rain again in the north and the west. We go through to Thursday, and we're going to find the winds sort of flattening off. The southwesterly flattens off, turns westerly. So Thursday, 25th February, will go slightly cooler, but still overall on the mild side. That's how things look with GFS for Monday as well. So perhaps it's slightly quieter actually on Monday, but by Tuesday, the next batch of wet and windy weather with southwest winds will be moving in from the Atlantic. Wet and windy for Wednesday. Tight back isobars, so some gale force winds on Wednesday. Very mild though in the southeast. Thursday, we're back into westerlies. Into the second half of next week, we get some higher pressure building up from the south. Trying to raise the heights a little bit to the north. Some GFS runs have been flirting with, recently have been flirting with like an easterly coming back early March, but this GFS run does not do that. It builds up high pressure from the south, which does settle us down, but it will be quite mild out of an area of high pressure, maybe with some frost by night, but pleasantly mild by day. And the high pressure reaches up towards Scandinavia, but does not form a Scandinavian high. In more extended range into the first week of February, into the first week of March, I should say, a lot of dry weather, maybe a little bit on the chilly side by night, but pleasantly mild by day. And then by the end of the GFS 6Z, we're back into westerlies again. So all looking very, very, very mild with GFS 6Z. GEM looks like this. So again, like showery spells of rain, particularly the northwest early next week. Very mild though for the southeast. Into the second half next week again, emphasis is on mild weather, but with high pressure building up from the south, it should at least turn a little bit drier. As we get to day 10, that's how we're looking. Excuse me. Once again, we have high pressure down to our southwest, have low pressure to our north, and winds are generally coming in from a mild westerly direction. Again, heights are trying to rise over Scandinavia, but not able to get wind back into the east. ECM looks like that, so again, rather quiet today on Monday, probably. Tuesday, Wednesday, up comes that exceptionally mild southwesterly push. Could get temperature into mid to even upper teens Celsius then. Second half of next week, we start to build up some higher pressure. Will turn much drier. Could turn a little bit colder, especially at night under that high pressure with a return of some frost, but by day should be pleasantly mild. And then up to day 10, again, the high pressure sticking around the country. The emphasis, again, is on dry weather and really, fine conditions. Cold, probably, by night with frost, but pleasantly mild in the early March sunshine by day. This is the precipitation type forecast based on that ECM run from threadjoe.com. You notice lots of heavy rain piling into west over the coming hours. Loads of rain in the north and in the west too. And that carries on into next week before it finally turns drier across all parts of the country by the end of next week and into next weekend and running up to day 10 and that area of high pressure. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10 by the Icelandic Met Office. Gets us to the 1st of March. 40 members, a big majority of ECM ensemble members, have us under high pressure by the first day of March. That includes the control and the operational rate. Looks like we'll be starting March on an anti-cyclonic note. 11 with high pressure to our east and southeast, low pressure away to the northwest. Winds a little bit more sort of westerly with that. Still trying to settle down, but maybe a little bit showering for northern and western areas. In 2 weeks' time, this is the option that we've got. It gets us to the 6th of March. 51 out of 51 members of the ECM ensembles have the high pressure away to our northwest then. So probably cooler with this. Still the emphasis is on quite a lot of dry weather, but probably cooler with winds in from more of a northeasterly type direction. So becoming just a little bit cooler there perhaps through the first week of March, but the emphasis is still on a lot of dry weather. Finally, FSV2 for March itself looks like this. 700 millibar high anomaly today has high pressure over top of the country. So you would expect a lot of dry weather with that. It does extend back to like the Azores high, but also extends into northern Europe and also towards northern blocking as well, really. So you would expect a lot of dry weather with that anyway. And there's high pressure section located over top of the country. Probably frost by night, but pleasantly mild by day, I would have thought. Temperature anomaly is coming out above average, slightly above average anyway. So, yeah, quite a mild March. Indicative. No indication for precipitation, but obviously with high pressure over top of the country, you would expect generally quite a dry sort of month, really. So really quite a pleasant sort of March. Right, that's it then for today's videos. We'll be back tomorrow, starting off with the ECMWF 42-day forecast. Looking at the next six weeks with the ECM. We'll have our weekend forecast as well as on Saturday, and a 10 to 14 day as well. So 3 videos coming up tomorrow. For this one though, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.